Hi, who's this?
Hi. Hi, this is Christy.
Hey, Christy. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Have I talked to you before? There's so many Christies online. Do have we spoken before in the chat or no?
Yeah, we have spoken before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I started my channel.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
um, yeah. So, my thinking on this is I do think that he probably was like doing some foolish stuff prior
Hmm.
to recording the video.
Right.
But I don't, he's not responding like a person that's in a high speed chase or that was just previously in a high speed chase.
Mm.
It just, I don't know, it's just not making sense to me. He does come across as very immature all throughout the video before he, jumps out of the car, whatever. He's talking about, oh, I'm not going to jail today. So
Right.
you couldn't really tell if he was just like nervous and reacting because a cop was tailing him. Like he talks about like, oh, there's a cop behind me. So he talks about it throughout the video, but he's talking about it in a joking way. It's not like a, oh, I'm fearful or I just did something, bad or whatever. Like he wasn't talking in a way that the police had a reason to be after him. So my thought would be is that okay, they probably saw him. They probably said, oh, he looks suspicious. They may have started tailing him and him knowing how cops are when it comes to African American males. He
Mm.
probably was like, okay, because he was saying he was trying to lose them. So he was
Right.
trying to, like, you could tell he was trying to deter to make, so he could lose the cop. And then he thinks he does. And then he says one appears again. Then he calls out the streets that he's on. He was like, y'all come and get me. This doesn't sound like somebody that was like 5 or 10 minutes ago in a high speed chase. Like all throughout the video, there's no anxiety. Really, there's no
Mm.
level of aggression. There's no level of like worry. Like all throughout the whole process, he comes across as just very joking, just kind of like he knows what black men go through, but kind of not. He still has a certain level of immaturity about him. So then he says, I'm going to park and I'm going to get out. He gets out the car. But he may have been fleeing because maybe he did have something in the car. Maybe he had some weed or something like that in his
Mm.
car. And he knew if they caught up to him, then, he was going to be in a lot of trouble. But it doesn't mean that he actually did something prior to them just deciding to get behind him. And
Right.
throughout the video, he's playing his music, but police sirens are loud. I don't hear any police sirens at all. And
Right.
even to the point where he gets out the car, where are the other cop cars with the sirens? Like, even if the
Mm.
person that was tailing him, the other cop cars, where are they? I hear zero sirens. I couldn't hear clearly what the cop said to him before he said "f you,"
I
but
hear what I'm
I
from
don't
what I'm
hear
hearing.
any.
He supposedly said get down, and the story that they're telling us. Okay, what I've been reading. This is a story they're telling us that he was previously in a high speed chase, and that they said I said at the beginning, he almost struck a car supposedly, and so officers and unmarked cars began following him, which fell back because the speeds reached 90 miles per hour. Then the chase was called off 10 minutes after because it was going so fast. And later, supposedly, this officer that was behind him saw him like parking behind a business. But we saw they were following behind him, one guy. So that's supposedly the story that they're giving to us, that he was being followed after a high speed chase. I just don't understand why he got up and ran like that. I think he kind of got caught in
Right,
the hype maybe of the stream.
right,
uh
right.
I don't know.
But again, it's still hard to say until more information comes out. It's still hard to
Right, right.
say if he really did something though, because again, it's not uncommon for African Americans to be pulled over for rent for no reason at all.
Hmm.
So if you're black and you see a cop behind you, you're automatically going to have a certain level of nervousness because
Hmm.
you know what happened. So if he saw a cop just coming behind him and he's like, no, let me lose him. Even he seems immature enough that he would try to just keep driving, like
Right.
I did gather that much. He does seem like he's very
His sister
naive
said
and just
it. His own
immature.
sister said it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems very immature. So he does seem stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but he just does seem silly enough that like if a cop was just tailing him just for no reason, he may have just sped up and just was driving, just trying to get away from them because he just didn't want them to pull him over. Not that he
Hmm.
actually did something prior to that, and then maybe he lost them, and then they came back and found him. Because it's
Hmm.
just his level of aggression. There's no aggression there really from him. It's just kind of all joking. So to say that they were on a high speed chase behind him, he had a weapon.
Right.
And one
Right.
story I think reported that he had hit several parked cars. Well, I mean,
Right.
when he was driving on live, he wasn't hitting any cars. And if
I
you
don't
look
think
at
that
the
live was the
speed,
whole thing though. I don't think that 7 minute.
yeah, it probably wasn't.
Right, right.
I don't know,
I
but
don't
we
know
won't know
either.
for sure until
Right.
more info comes out. But it just,
I mean, what do you
I
think
don't
about the
know. Guys are
commentary? The
usually,
one officer that said, "Homie is gonna have a closed casket." Did you hear that?
yeah, they were all like, it was as if it was just another day. Like there was no sense of urgency. They were
Mm,
just standing around talking, very cold. Like who says that, right?
right,
Um, I don't know. And that's why I'm very suspicious of their reason
right.
for doing that. And again, he didn't appear to, I don't know, of course, we can't see everything, but I don't get the impression that there was a gun pulled, okay? If
Mm,
he just, it seems like he turned off and just like, oh, F you, and he was still trying to like walk away or whatever, trying
mm-hmm.
to get away. And then they just decided to shoot him down. And my thing is, did he produce any weapons? Did he start shooting any shots? Because when he finally is done, you hear like it's like 12 shots fired.
Right.
And
It's a
it's
lot of
like,
shots. We're gonna
well,
listen
it's
to
just
it.
this one guy. It's
Right, right,
one guy.
right.
Like, I don't understand. So it's just some things are
Somebody
just not adding up.
somebody commented to Ginger said he knew his car was hot. That's why he got out his car and we heard him on live. And that's what I was thinking too. Maybe that car wasn't his car or something. But
Right. I did say that he does seem immature enough that he would probably, just have some foolish stuff going on.
right,
But does
right.
he come across as like this aggressive, crazy killer? Does he come across as, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I
Does
have
he
to
come
take some
across
other
as this
calls.
aggressive killer?
Yeah.
No, no,
Okay. Well,
no.
thanks. Thanks for sharing your thought.
But
Appreciate you calling in.
thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Hey, Ickett.
Hey,
Hey,
who's
this is
this?
Paula,
Paula.
little
Hey,
dreadhead
thanks for
activist.
calling. You're on Facebook and on YouTube, right? Or just Facebook?
Say that again.
You're on Facebook and YouTube, right? Like you have a platform there, right?
I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm
Where could they find you?
everywhere. You can find me on Facebook as Paula Burris right now. I'm
Okay.
blocked. I will be
Oh, you're
unblocked
blocked.
on Barbara Burris,
Wow.
which is my main page on the 27th of May. I
Okay.
also have Dina Burris. I have YouTube, Lil Dreadhead Activist, and Instagram, Lil underscore Dreadhead Activist.
Okay. So, what's your thoughts on all of this stuff going on? And I heard you called. I
All
don't know
right.
if it's true. I know you told me, but somebody else told me too that you called during this
Yeah.
situation. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I was out hanging out on a sunny day here in Memphis, and I got an inbox saying that that's how I get all my story ideas. I get inboxes.
Hmm.
I got an inbox saying that there was a guy dead on the live, and
Mm,
he's live. So we ended the live that I was in, and we ran right in. And the way I do my videos, it is, I'm not, I don't have a lot of money or whatever, so I just work with what I got. I go live from my phone, and I, show everything on my computer. So we went to this guy's live, and his phone was pointed toward the sky. And I was looking at the comments. People were laughing, talking crazy. There's a lot of, and it was just happening so fast. So me being a nurse, I just had to call for help. I couldn't imagine sitting there, not knowing who just shot this guy, or not knowing if he was alive or not. So I called 911. Memphis Police Department got on the phone, and then going through the comments, we found out his real name, and it said that he lived in Texas. So they contacted Texas, and then Texas contacted me, and then the police came to my house. So all this was going on, and we were still live. And come to find out, he's in Indiana. So we tried, but come to find out later, it was the police that shot him. So that was that. And so we stayed live for about 4 hours dissecting all of this and taking everything in. And at the end of it, I feel like there was a shootout.
right.
He had a gun. If you look at the video,
Wait,
there's
who are we
plenty
talking
of other
about? You talking
lives
about?
out there.
You're saying Sean had a gun?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Yes.
Oof.
I've already said
What
it.
makes you
I
think
said
that?
it yesterday. Okay, there's other videos out there that shows it's uh, shell casing, shell
Mm,
casings flying, and the officer is way back. He shot him. He shot a taser,
Mm,
and the shell casings you can see are coming right up through the video. So if you look um, at the video, you can see the shell casings flying.
mm.
And if you count the shots, there was way more than 11 or 12. There was
Yeah.
more along the line of 15 to 16. You have
Okay.
to listen. You have to count them, and they're running right back to back, almost over the top of each other. There was so
Mm,
many shots. There was a news conference not long after that stated there was a shootout. And so this is my opinion. I'm sticking to it until I, want to change my damn opinion. Excuse
okay.
my language. But
Right.
but initially we thought that he was shot down initially, and there's still people out there that think that this was a cold-hearted, cold-blooded shooting by the police.
Mm-hmm.
But something in my heart is telling me that this was a shootout, and I could be wrong. But we're going to look at everything that comes out. But just initially, my opinion right now is it states that this was a shootout and that
Uh-huh.
he had a gun. Um, we will be investigating it further.
Well, it says here something kind of interesting. I'm reading from NY Post. Why you bring that up? It says when a cop attempted to fire a taser during the foot pursuit, the driver brandished a firearm and exchanged fire with officers before he was gunned down. This is from the NY Post.
And I
So,
haven't seen any of that. What my assumption is coming from
mhm.
actually taking the time, scrubbing that
Right,
video,
you told me,
and
yeah.
looking.
Yeah, I just pulled this up now.
You can, yeah, you can see the shell casings. You can see something that looks like a gun that comes up. You can see that he was tased when he was running. He
Right,
goes,
I
"Oh
noticed that too.
F," and yeah, you can hear the taser go off,
Mhm.
and then you hear the shots. They
Mhm.
are in succession. They are like over the top of each other. You can see the
Right.
gun casings. So I'm just not gonna disregard what I see
All right.
until
Okay, thanks Barbara. I
I get
appreciate your
something that
call.
absolutely, yeah, changes my mind. That's just what I'm thinking. But I am keeping an open mind.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate
All
and
right, thank you.
all right, take care.
All right.
If you guys feel differently, call in, man. We gotta have a discussion. Call in if you have a different opinion. There's somebody here calling anonymously, so I'm gonna take the call, but take it with a grain of salt. We don't know. Let's see. Uh, anonymous,
Hello.
anonymous. Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. What's your thoughts on the whole situation? We're live.
Let's see. Okay, so I was like on Facebook watching it, right?
You actually saw the
And I
original
was
video?
watching it, the original.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I've seen like
You were in the live stream.
three different videos that was on his thing. So I was like, I
Oh,
was watching it,
there was 3
scrolling,
videos he had on his
and I was,
page.
huh?
He had 3 videos on his Facebook page.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
And
Go
then
ahead.
he got the screen recorded ones and all those other ones.
Mm.
So so it's just like either the car, right? The car was either hot or it wasn't hot at all. Or is it so? Because cops just didn't have nothing to do those days and just wanted to chase someone down
Hmm.
just to have fun. Because cops are just really stupid. They're like really stupid, like really really dumb. They're really
Okay.
dumb, like they're just stupid. And I just
Okay.
don't understand why did they have to tase him and shoot him at the same time? Like that makes
Right.
no sense to me.
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't
they
either to
tased him.
me.
All right, he's down.
Hmm. Do you
Like
believe he had a
you tased
weapon or
him,
no?
he's down.
What's your thoughts on that?
No, I don't believe he had no weapon. I don't believe
Okay.
he had no weapon. Nope, no weapon there.
Okay.
Because then, so if he did have a weapon, I swear to God, he would have shot back. I'm not gonna lie. They chasing a man for what? For what? What are
Did you
chasing
hear
him
all the
for?
shots going off? So do you think that was one officer shooting at him? Like it was like a bunch of. We're gonna listen to it soon, but did you hear all the shots? You said you saw the videos.
Yup, I saw all the shots going. It was
Hmm.
more than one. They talking about he shot his, and then he shot his, and
Hmm.
then you gonna say I only shot my gun twice. I didn't
Hmm.
hear that go off twice. Twice where? No twice there. No twice. I didn't hear twice. I heard at least 8 to 10 shots go off on him. And
I
then I
heard more
heard the
shots.
taser. I heard it.
I heard
You
more
heard how much?
shots. I heard more shots. We're gonna listen
You
to
heard
it
more,
soon.
right?
No, I heard more. I heard probably it was really fast. It sounded like 14, 15 shots or something. I don't know. To
Yeah,
me,
it was quick. It was quick
it was
once you got
quick.
to count.
Yeah. To me, it didn't seem like he was expecting it though, because I heard him say like, "Oh shit!" At one point, I don't think that was a taser or
Yeah,
something. I think they tased him and then they
no, the
shot him.
taser.
Yeah, and they're saying that he kept running supposedly. I don't know. Some people say 15 shots, 17 shots. All right, I mean, any final thoughts?
It
How
was
about
a lot.
commentary on one of the police officers, we don't know who, said homie's gonna have a closed casket.
That one made me laugh because you want to know what's so crazy? You want to
What?
know what's so crazy?
What?
Homie's going to have a casket, right?
Mhm.
But you know what's so crazy? They didn't even know his phone was recorded. They didn't
Right,
even
they didn't know
know.
it was
So they
recording. Right,
stupid as hell.
right.
So that's just like you should have went and checked. You seen him running with stuff in his hand. You should have go and checked before you made all those comments. But no, you wanted to make those comments and act cool because you're a cop. You're behind a badge. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You'll see what's coming for you.
All right, thank you. I
It's
appreciate you
okay.
sharing your thoughts and calling
You're
in.
welcome.
All right, take care.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How you doing? Who is this?
This is Erica from St. Louis.
Erica, how you doing? Thanks for calling in. What's your thoughts on this whole situation and the video and everything going on?
Well, I've seen a few different videos now. There was a shorter one where it started when he was asking someone to come get him right before he jumped out of the car, and it continued, with the foot chase and the shot, the taser, and then the shots, and then there was the video with them riding in the car before they started following him. So I'm not sure. It's just it's crazy. I'm not sure if he had a gun. When I watched both videos a few times, I didn't really see him have a gun. But my thing is, he seemed like he was like really scared. You can hear it in the tone of his voice. So you would think that if someone had a gun, why wouldn't they get out of the car shooting? You know what I mean? If they were that scared for their life, as he seemed like he was. And I mean, how do you? I don't know, just with him trying to record and run and shoot, that just doesn't seem plausible to me. So I really don't think that he had a gun, and I don't think that it was warranted for him to get shot that many times, even after he was tased, because after you hear the taser, you can see him from the video going down. So
Right.
I
I mean,
think it was warranted.
I don't think if he didn't have any weapon, I don't think that he should have been shot like that if he didn't have a weapon. I guess we're gonna, because we're almost done with the stream. We're gonna listen to the shots and the sequence of events with, I guess, the audio part of it. Because he seemed kind of surprised to me when he got hit with the taser. He was like, "Oh shit!" But like, it almost seems like he kind of maybe kept running. It seems like, and then you just hear this exchange of fire. So I really don't know, man. But I definitely, I don't condone this kind of behavior. I mean, it's horrible this guy died, but I definitely, if you get stopped, just pull over, man. Just take the L. I've seen so many stories, so many incidents. But people can always make the argument, even when you stop, you get shot. People can make that too.
Yeah, I
Argument,
mean, it could have went the same way. Either he could have stopped and still got shot, or he could have just got pulled over and went to jail. We'll never know.
Right.
I mean, this type of shit just gives you anxiety, because the same day that this happened, which was yesterday, another white guy shot a black man in a road rage incident. And then yesterday we also got the video of Ahmaud Arbery. So it's just a lot to take in.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. I might need to cover that. Right.
Yeah, it's just a lot going on in it. Yeah, even as a black female, it's stories with black females. I just get anxiety. Even if I have my insurance and everything is up to date, I still get anxiety when I get pulled over. Even though I know I'm just going to possibly get a ticket, it's crazy.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
What street is this?
Appreciate you sharing your thoughts on that. We're gonna watch, I guess, the remainder of this. No problem. You're on. Hey, who's this? Who's calling?
Hello, how are you?
Nice voice.
Hi.
Good. How you doing?
Thanks. So, I'm seeing that, I actually been watching this video ever since I woke up this morning, saying, it was all over the internet and Instagram and everything, Facebook, and I wanted to do my own little investigation.
Right.
Not saying that it's justifiable at all. It was not. The police said that, how they were chasing after him and stopped. And in his live video, in Sean's video, you see he gets away because, apparently the police did stop, and that's why I
So you
believe
did
he
see
got
that.
out
There.
trying to run and,
Okay.
toss whatever he had because he looked real scared,
Mm.
I don't want to say he had a gun. I don't know. It seemed as if he did, but I don't know,
Mm.
So that's my only take on the whole situation right now.
All right.
It's
Thanks.
so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's
And,
unfortunate.
it really is. It really is.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
317. What's up? Who is this?
But he got shot in the back, though.
Right. Right. We think so. I mean, unless he was turning around, but yeah, we think he got shot in the back, right?
Yeah.
What's your
They
thoughts on the whole
say
situation?
they say like he had a gun, but he was running from the police and he got shot in the back. And then the police said he only shot 2 times. And then how you was not dead if you only shot 2 times?
Thank you, Felicia. Right. Do you think he had a weapon or no?
No.
No. What do you think about the commentary where the officer said you're going to have a closed casket, homie? Nobody has spicy.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. All right.
That's
Well,
just like rude. Like, why would you say that?
yeah, no, that's messed up. But you know what, too, talking about that, I've known nurses that will let's say somebody's in a code, like somebody's dying, somebody's in a cardiac arrest. I've heard nurses that sometimes they joke around while the person's literally dying and they're doing like CPR. They'll be throwing jokes around, like if it's an elderly patient. I've heard of stories like that. I used to work in a hospital, so I don't know if it's like that's one of those things that these people, once they get into a certain field, they just become like so numb and used to it. Maybe your mentality has to like adjust to the kind of stuff that you do. But yeah, it's a horrible comment to say. Any other thoughts, man? Or
Nah.
all right, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. All right. Sound like a weird person, but 720, how you doing? Where are you calling
Hey,
from?
I'm doing all right. It's CJ Jones from Denver, Colorado.
Hey, thanks for calling, man. What's your thoughts on all this situation?
Oh man, it's kind of crazy, man. I've been doing a little research on it. So I guess he was a veteran, and he goes by DaDon. So I guess he's been doing this thing for a little while, and I guess his military background. A lot of them come back desensitized. So he's just doing his thing. Just out there wilding, pretty much.
Right.
Just to say it the least. But yeah, at the moment where he kind of is shirtless, and then he gets to his moment of death, he decides to go in the car. He grabs both his phones and his shirt. There's one of the people that were actually on the live chat during the situation actually ends up driving to the location that he speaks of before, and they actually witnessing the last few shots in the situation that occurs. And that person directly spoke out and said, yeah, he saw him running, holding his shirt with his phone. So that was clear.
Okay.
And then, I mean, the situation with the phone falling and you actually seeing the casings going across the screen is kind of interesting.
Right.
Because at that point, he was so close with the officer when he got tased that when he had dropped the phone, he cursed out, and the phone falls within the radius of the officer. The officer shooting, you can actually see that later in the actual raw footage. The officer realizes that it was on live, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Oh, that's
so he
why
runs
I said
off.
that.
Yeah, so he runs off, but the footage that you have is actually edited. It's already edited. And
thank you. Okay.
yeah, so they actually go back, and you can actually hear several officers now, and they actually start plotting about getting their story straight.
Wow. I'm gonna have to get the raw footage,
Yeah,
man. If
and
anybody
the
has the raw
music is
footage,
still
send it to me.
playing.
Okay.
All right, definitely. Yeah,
Uh,
you can hear the rap music still playing all the while. I mean, like the phone is like laying in the grass for a good 30, 45 minutes. And that's what a lot of you are not seeing right now. So
Mm.
it's really interesting. I mean, because they edit the footage, so the only thing you see is the detective after the fact of, you know, them making their reports and getting their stories straight and things like that.
Mm.
And then you get that cut over to the officer that's saying, "Oh, it looks like a closed casket, homie." You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
that was an edited piece from the other viewers that
right,
actually were
right.
also live with them.
Okay, yeah, that
So
piece is
I
edited for
mean,
sure. Right. But even the
yeah,
7-minute video
definitely.
I'm watching is not the full video, right? Because I heard the actual video is like 20
No,
minutes or something like that. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right, good to know.
absolutely.
All right, so and so you definitely this was like a murder, right? Like you don't believe he had a weapon, and you know, this guy just killed him. I wonder why. Why do you think he
Yeah.
was running? Like, why do you think? I mean, I guess we're just speculating, but why was Sean
I
running?
mean, at this point, you know, he was well aware of the circumstances. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like, I mean, it wasn't unusual for him to be a troublemaker, so to
right,
say.
right.
I mean, I hate that that is the situation,
Mm,
but you know, at this point, you know, he had already kind of felt it in his spirit that it wasn't going to turn out well for him, and that's why
mm.
he apologized to his mom
Oh, he
beforehand,
did.
and
Oh,
he was laughing about it all because you know it was just. And you know, at these point in times, you know, these younger generations, they find a lot of things entertaining that,
right,
you
right,
know,
right, right, right.
it's not good. And then, you know, with everything we got going on with the whole, you know, at being African American, we're still singing the same song from pretty much
Mm.
400 years ago. You know, we're still pleading for rights and, you know, justice, and you know, it's crazy. And you
Let me
know, it's
ask you
just
a
sad to say
question.
that, you know.
Let me ask you a
Go
question.
ahead.
Then we'll end off on this. In your opinion, for African Americans or Black or however people want to identify as, where is the best place for them to live, or the best country? I mean, is it America or is there another country? I'm just kind of curious as far as that thought.
I'm glad you asked that
Mm,
actually. Originally I was born in Oklahoma, so I got a lot of roots with Tulsa and
mm,
Black Wall Street, so I'm really
mm,
connected with my culture. To be honest, I mean, it it seems to be everywhere but America is best
really?
for for the Africans. Yes, I
Okay.
mean, honestly, I mean, the only reason why that is because the Constitution needs to be updated, so to say,
Mm,
because I mean we're still classified as property, and that's the reason
mm,
why they're still getting away with what they're getting away with. And then we still don't even have a nation. We don't even have a
mm,
flag that we're identified as because the term black is an object. You see what I'm saying?
mm. Okay.
So it's like we have an entire process that we have to go through to really have our stake here in America. But until then, I mean, we're only acknowledged to a certain extent.
So, do you think that if there's other better places, should African Americans leave? Or, I mean, you could also say that African Americans have a stake, right? Because they've been here from the beginning. A lot of people
Well,
say things are built up
definitely,
to
definitely,
help, but
definitely,
should
we
is the
definitely
answer
have
to
stake. I
leave
mean,
or the answer to stay here and, you know, I don't know, you know?
no, we definitely. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely staying. That's
Mm,
for certain. I mean, every time whenever we step out and we claim our own, look at history. Look at what happens. I mean, we get FBI, we get CIA involved into us. I mean, we get extreme measures placed on us. Everyone focuses on the Jewish Holocaust, but no one ever
mm,
questions about the African Holocaust, which was
mm.
damn near triple the amount of deaths of the Jewish. You see what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
didn't
So
know that.
every time we go out and we prove that we can earn our own right to be here, you know, our very position to be here, they take it from us.
Mm,
And that was the big deal with Black Wall Street. You know, we had our own, but
okay.
they weren't happy with that. So they took it
Right.
from us. You see what I'm saying?
Right. All right, man.
So
Well,
now
thank
we're
you.
rebuilding.
All right. All right, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts on that.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take care, man.
Thank you too.
All right.
You too.
507. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Minnesota,
Hi, and who is this?
and
Or what do you
my name's Kent.
Cam? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just actually found the story when I was doing a YouTube search,
Uh-huh.
and have been trying to find out as much as I can about it. I looked at another site too, and they talked about how some people actually recorded footage as it was occurring.
Okay.
And they made it sound like that's going to go to the police so that the police can view it and try to distinguish what happened. But here's the question that I want to ask. What were they originally pursuing him for?
That's a good question. I mean, from the reports that were being told and from what I saw online, they're saying that officers observed the man recklessly driving in a gray Toyota Corolla. He almost struck another vehicle, and this started like a chase, supposedly. And officers began in the car, unmarked vehicles. They fell back after the car, unmarked cars joined, and supposedly there was some sort of high-speed chase that happened. That's what they're alleging. And then they backed off after 10 minutes of because things got dangerous, and then supposedly another officer saw him outside of a business or something, and that's when he went and parked. Supposedly something like that's what they're telling us.
Okay, because on the other site that I looked at, they talked about some guy named Turner and how this guy posted something that said he's glad he was dead. And I wonder where this Turner played into everything too.
Yeah, I have no idea about Turner. I haven't heard of that.
Okay. This is crazy, man.
Do you think the guy had a weapon on him or not, or you don't know, or you think it's just
from everything I have been hearing, I do not think he had a weapon on him.
Okay. And I mean, as far as him getting out and running, what do you believe about that? Like, or I mean, do you believe too? Because they're saying he got tased and shot. Like, I mean, first of all, as far as the chase, like, why would he run out? I mean, I guess nobody can really tell. How are we supposed to tell why would he get out and run like that?
I think because a lot of us have been programmed to fear the cops.
Right. I mean, there's been stories of people being tased and they're down and officers still shoot them. I did a story on that a while back, and it's just crazy. I wonder if like when you get into that mode of like, okay, I'm going to shoot this person and whatever, that you just don't disengage. Like you just, I don't know if they're trained to like just, kill. I mean, to me, in my opinion, this guy was like being reckless, right? He was being young and reckless. His own sister said it, but did it have to go down the way it went down?
Yeah. Young and reckless is entirely different than being shot down.
Right. I mean, I was pretty reckless myself too. I mean, I've never run from cops, though. I would never think to do it, but maybe it's a whole different state of mind for some people as far as when you get pulled over.
I mean,
I think the internet thing, I think him live streaming, I think that kind of encouraged him too in a way. I mean, I'm thinking just from a young perspective where you have 3,000 people watching you kind of thing. I think that might have had something to do with it too. I don't know.
But what a way to get your 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
And they say we all get our 15 minutes, but I just got to tell you, man, though, that my own experience with the cops, I'm white. And this was last year in Minnesota, where I got pulled over in my truck because I turned on my signal light too late. And when the cop pulled me over, I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. And when he pulled me over, he only saw the passenger, the friend of mine that was in the truck with me. And it's a black guy. And I told him after the cop left, if we would have both been black, I'm sure this would have gone down entirely different.
You think so?
I really do. I think,
right.
yeah. So I don't know. I think cops all over just, they profile first and ask questions.
You think it's
later.
all cops? Are you going to generalize and say it's all cops? Or you think it's some cops, a majority of cops? What?
I think it's a majority of cops. And I think the majority of cops aren't even doing it intentional. I think they've been programmed to, not even realize they're doing it.
And what's the solution? Do you think there is any kind of solution? Is it just training like we've been talking about all these years? Some people say they want to get rid of cops. Like, do you think cops should get rid of cops? Or, I mean, what is the end game to this?
personal opinion. After finding out a bunch of history about the Black Panthers and what they really stood for, we need more of our own community groups like that are going to be responsible for the community and take action when the cops get out of hand.
What kind of action are you talking about?
From what I've been reading about the original Black Panther movement, it was open to primarily the African American community, but it was open to other people who were supporting equal rights causes and programs to help families and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how they got the rap they did.
I think I don't know too much about it. I mean, I've always heard of them. I've never done the research, so I don't want to speak too much of them that I don't know. But I thought it, like I thought it started out as a well-intentioned thing, and it just kind of turned out to things happening and things got worse, maybe, or something like that, you know. But I think it started out good intentions.
That's exactly my understanding of it too. So that's why I don't know. I just feel like that there has to be some form of communication between I don't know, those of us who realize we're all just people.
Right.
You know, fairness, justice. There's not a lot of justice, I don't think, right now.
Right. Well, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate your thoughts and all that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for letting me know what's going on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.